Hello everyone, Dark Kirby 14 here. Welcome to more Kirby's Epic Yarn. So what's next? Oh, this obviously. So today is going to be like this. You're gonna see it tomorrow, but this is gonna be the last video I do of this game until I get. This is just until I get adventures all wrapped up and nice done, and then I'll hop on something else. But I got something special for Halloween. Not saying what it is yet. I got a special treat for Halloween. And today we're off to Tube Town. Yeah. Well, the Kansas City Royals lead the World Series 2-0. I can't say I'm surprised because I expected that. I had the Mets' only win coming with Syndergaard on the mound. Because as I said, the Mets throw the third highest amount of fastballs. And the Kansas City Royals the best team in the league at hitting said pitch. So it's just that the Mets are getting overwhelmed. Now, there's a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience. And Kansas City was here last year. Kansas City was here last year, so yeah, Kansas City is probably just like they want to finish the job. So because they didn't do it before and they didn't win the World Series, they lost to San Francisco in 7 games. And the teams that sweep the world, and I think this is a word of advice to everyone: don't sweep the championship series. Only one team has ever won it. That was the '95 Braves. They won their only world title. They won their only World Series that way. They're the only team to do it. Every other team has come up miserably short. Although the Kansas City Royals came the closest to being the second team last year. Then Madison Bumgarner happened. I was like, yeah, and then Madison Bumgarner happened. Everyone's talking about like the SBs, like LeBron James somehow won championship performance, but I thought it was a total crock. I thought it should have been Bumgarner. That shouldn't have been that should have been debatable at all. And that I didn't really think personally that was debatable, because LeBron James could easily do what he did again. We're probably never, I would say we're never going to see what Bumgarner did ever again. It's not going to happen. It's just not. It's not going to happen. I mean, that kind of dominance is like something you seldom see. And it'll probably be a long time before we see anything of that magnitude again. So, it was really impressive to what he did. And that was just nuts. I thought it was one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen. You wonder if the Mets can come back, but they got to figure out something. Maybe home field is what they need and getting rid of the designated hitter, though Kendrick Morales hasn't done a doggone thing. I love the DH personally. I think DNL needs to get with the times and accept it. And the reason I say that is just nobody likes watching a pitcher bat. Only a baseball purist wants to see that. And pitchers just can't bat anymore. They seldom bat past Little League. Oh, dagnabbit, I got squashy. Oh, here comes all my stuffy. I can get it all back. Watch, see? Yeah, the thing is like, it's just that kind of thing where you look at it and it's like, it's just, I mean, it's just, they look like my cousin trying to swing a bat. Left hand. They look like my 12-year-old cousin trying to swing a bat left-handed. Like, seriously. Nobody wants to see that. Pitchers can't bat anymore. Well, I'd say it was like one in a very, very few. But it's just, they're not good at it anymore. It's just like, my gosh, they can't do it. I'd be all for it if you know they could do it. So it's just kind of like, it'd be cool if you know they could actually bat. But they can't. It's just they're not good at it. Anyway, enough about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about today is Seattle Sounders finally beat LA Galaxy in the playoffs. I was pumped. I was freaking pumped. It finally happened. Like, that's what we finally buried that demon. Although we gave up a saved goal. I mean, let's hope that doesn't happen against the likes of Vancouver or FC Dallas. Seattle has beaten each of them, so it's not like we can't beat them. We didn't lose to Dallas, so I'd actually prefer FC Dallas. I would prefer FC Dallas. We beat them. We beat them in the regular season. And we draw it against us. We got 4 out of 6 points. So I'd actually prefer playing them. So I'm actually looking forward to playing FC Dallas because we have had success against them. Now, Vancouver Whitecaps, it ain't that simple. It's just, yeah, with Vancouver Whitecaps, I don't know. It's a Cascadia matchup. Like, I kind of like it's a Cascadia matchup. So it's gonna be very, very intense. I would be lying my ass off if I said I wasn't nervous about playing the Whitecaps, because the Whitecaps are gonna come at us. And if they don't, I'll be very disappointed. I mean, it's Cascadia, for cripe's sakes. Criminy sake, it's just we need them to. I want them to play a good series. It'll be a fun 2 games. But in MLS, we're getting a new final altogether because New England Revolution also lost. So the 2 teams that were in the MLS Cup final last year are both out. I heard Jermaine Jones completely lost his ass. Ow. They just completely lost his cool. He got a red card. He went full nub nuts. Like I said, I've been on a tangent with that word lately. Maybe people don't act like such nub nuts. Myself included. Don't get me twisted on that. I've had like a nub nuts at times. Also, answering different kinds of questions about my interests. So maybe in the next special, you can ask me things like that, like what are my interests. So I'd really like to answer questions like that because that'd be a lot of fun too. Ow! I can't stop hitting these things. Oh, there we go. Alright, so here's the end of the level. You know, as I was saying before, it's just like, ask me questions like that next time on the next Q&A. That'll be a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed answering your questions. There were a lot of them. So, everyone's talking about, I see it in the BPL groups and the soccer talk groups, oh, Arsenal lost to Sheffield. It's like, we barely played any of our top players, and we pulled those guys early. The only top player we really played was Peter Cech. Yeah, the only top player we actually... Yeah, I was going to say, Czech's the only top legit player we played the whole game. We didn't play like our Girouds, our Ramseys. We played most of the young guys. We didn't play like our top talent. Because apparently, Arsene Wenger doesn't view that tournament as important. Which is interesting to me. Why he doesn't view that as important? But that's Arsene Wenger's decision, not mine. So... Okay, so we only gotta get one back. Okay. Alright, so... we got a couple more levels, I believe, and then our boss. So we're gonna go after the mysterious UFO. That should be fun. But then the other space level won't be fun at all. Alright, what do we got here? What's the gimmick for this level? Oh, gravity. This is actually kind of cool. Oh, this is cool. Awesome. And I can't say this enough. Nintendo did it in a HAL Laboratory, which is the party that owns the rights to Kirby's. Nintendo just publishes their games. But they did an amazing job with this. And a lot of people don't understand that Nintendo, HAL Laboratory is actually second party. They aren't first party. And Kirby's not first party. Pokemon is not first party. Mario, though, is first party. Zelda, first party. Metroid, first party. Kirby is not, Fire Emblem isn't first party either. Yeah, they're not first party. Games that are made in series that are made primarily by Nintendo are first party. So they're not first party. Yeah, Kirby Kirby's not first party. I found that odd to learn. But so I'm really excited. Still, I mean, I wonder what Kirby games are gonna publish in the future. Oh, I also want to talk about this Nintendo rewards thing. Like the new thing where you get rewards for just playing Nintendo games. That's sweet. They should make like an achievement system. Like, you know, they should make an achievement in this system like Nintendo does. Like other gaming companies you see do. Okay, I forgot what that was for a sec. I got brain cramped as part of the level for a minute. So that's the kind of level like that I wanted to do. So, even still, like I'm looking forward to what they do next. Like Sonic used to be first party. They used to have their own console. The reason the Dreamcast went under was because the Dreamcast was great for its time. Then the PlayStation 2 happened. The PlayStation 2 basically gave the Dreamcast the middle finger. That's the Dreamcast is the reason the PlayStation 2 is the reason the Dreamcast failed. It's because the PlayStation 2, which you could argue is the best console of all time, just came out and was just it was cheaper too. So basically, it just rubbed Sega off the console market. They'd probably still be in consoles if not for PlayStation 2. Like seriously, you know, if you ever think about it, that's what it is. Like if you've played, you're just like, it's very. Like, I haven't played the Dreamcast. I've heard great things about it. I need one. I want to get one and see for myself. Like, I want to see what all the hubbub is about because, you know, I like to find out what hubbub is about. So I'm really interested to figure out, learn stuff because I'm always up to learn new things. So it's always cool to learn something new. Oh jeez. But always to learn new things, and it's really cool. I've had this discussion before in terms of Sonic games, but I still truly feel we haven't had a great Sonic game since Sonic Rush. Like Sonic Rush was the last great Sonic game. Like Sonic Colors is overhyped. I feel like people like got excited because it was a Sonic game that was actually playable. You know what I'm saying? Like it was actually, you could actually play it and not get extremely pissed off at it. Like it was something that was at least like somewhat playable, and you weren't like getting upset at it, like you would with Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed. Oh, Sonic Unleashed was a disaster. Like Sonic Rush, like that game was just a disaster. Like, it's not that the game was bad, it's just like the state levels were okay. The other levels were just terrible. Yeah, the other levels in the game were just the Werehog levels were awful. They were a complete clusterfuck. Like, it was very tough to play that. I was like I try to be honest when I review a game. Like I'm always gonna be the guy that's brutally honest, and I'm always got a guy that has brutal honesty. Like the U.S. women's soccer team definitely lucked out. I mean, they won the whole World Cup, but they lucked out like all hell. Yeah, they lucked out big time. I mean, not playing perhaps the best team in the tournament, which was France, and playing a German team that didn't nearly have every card it had. I mean, I wanted the U.S. to win, but I'm just being brutally honest. Like, it was brutal honesty. Like, that made me think that. It's just, I don't like try to like be a slappy. It's just I was being brutally honest. That we might not have been the best team, but we definitely had our breaks go our way. I mean, no question about it. I mean, you gotta have those breaks, though. You can't always rely on just always just dominating. You gotta have some things go your way at times. And sometimes things aren't always going to go your way, but that's the way it goes. You gotta have things go your way. You just do. Otherwise, you ain't gonna do anything. I mean, you gotta have luck. If some luck is better than no luck. You never don't want to have luck because you need it at times. Now you gotta be able to have a few things go your way here and there. Like to see Assassin's just pedaling miss, which is the first ever miss by a German player. We definitely lucked out there. And then not playing a full deck Germany. They were missing a bunch of players, even the FIFA Player of the Year apparently, Nadine Kessler. They were missing her. So it's very interesting to know that. It's just yeah, you kind of need things to go your way at times. I mean, not to be a downer, but I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I'm not being negative, it's just me being brutally honest. Like that's what it is. Huh? So that's kind of what it is. It's just I'm going to be you don't want to hear it, then you probably shouldn't listen to me talk. So that's the way it is. I mean, you got to have things go your way. I mean, and Red Wing fans, I'm sure, know that better than anybody. A lot of other teams having 2 blue line shots from Nick Lidstrom go in during their cup runs. All right, so with that, this has been Dark Kirby 14. We'll see you next time on Kirby's Epic Yarn.